morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to catch up with a few news stories that dropped over Christmas. Oh, the temptation was there, ladies and gentlemen. There was a strong temptation to knock up some videos over the Christmas, but no. Actually took a couple days off. Not like me. Honestly, I kind of missed making videos. Don't tell anyone I said that. But we have got some big news, some pretty important news which has dropped, starting with what I would consider to be a rather surprising thing, though honestly, if we had been paying any attention whatsoever, we blatantly would have seen it coming. Cinderace has gone and gotten an Errata. Yep. Pokemon have gone and dropped an official Errata, changing Cinderace. Now, an Errata, for those that don't know, basically means that from now on, you will always read the card like the Errata says. So even though the card is printed wrong, and there is a mistake in the printing, we will read it as if it is the new version, even though it's not. So it's all to do with Cinderace that actually came around as a promo over in Japan, but just made its way out into the base set over here. And if I go and put these two Cinderace side by side and let you look at them for just a moment, you'll probably spot right away what the problem is. I suppose what happened was that nobody ever put the Japanese and the English Cinderace side by side. Because you can see very clearly there that the Japanese Cinderace has a retreat cost of 2, and the English Cinderace has a retreat cost of 1. Now, there are a few reasons why nobody ever noticed this. I suppose one of the main ones being it doesn't really see a huge amount of play. It's not the world's most relevant Cinderace. Now, having said that, and this is an important point, this was a Cinderace that was featured in a theme deck, so it is kind of relevant if you say play theme deck tournaments. Now, to be fair, I have played a couple of theme deck tournaments, and even in those, people haven't been playing this particular Cinderace, this theme deck. So maybe even in the context of theme decks, this Cinderace is still not particularly good enough. I don't know. But it has received an official Errata, and from here on in, it should always be read as a retreat cost of 2, even though it's printed as a retreat cost of 1. Now, clearly this makes the card significantly less playable, because all of a sudden it should get free retreat with U-turn board. It doesn't get free retreat with U-turn board. It will still get free retreat with Air Balloon, but Air Balloon doesn't go back to your hand when discarded. Although, to be fair, if you do go and look at a whole bunch of deck lists, you will notice that Air Balloon does see a lot more play than U-turn board, but shh. Quite frankly, it's an interesting one. I mean, obviously, there were other Erratas people would rather have had ADP. But the fact of the matter is, Erratas like this are usually issued because of a mistake, or because of a change in the functioning of a card. So if we take something like Rare Candy, for instance, if you look at old prints of Rare Candy, they actually let you evolve into a Stage 1 or a Stage 2 Pokemon. Nowadays, Rare Candy only lets you evolve into a Stage 2, but then again, it used to be that you could use Rare Candy to evolve the turn you played a Pokemon, whereas nowadays you can only use it after the Pokemon's been down a turn, so using a Rare Candy to evolve into a Stage 1 would be completely and utterly pointless. So Rare Candy's had an Errata, so that even the old ones we read as can only evolve into a Stage 2. Erratas are not usually used to fix the game, though they can be. Usually broken cards end up being banned. As for this Cinderace, I mean, it's got an attack that lets you attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon, or while doing 40 damage for 1 energy, or free energy 160, flip a coin, if Tails discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. It is mostly relevant if you are playing in a theme deck tournament, where you may wish to be playing this Cinderace deck, but it's still a weird thing, and it's still an official Errata, so it's one that we needed to mention. Now, one that got us all very, very excited when it dropped on Friday, and yes, you might notice that Friday was Christmas morning, although news does drop in Japan on Christmas. I don't know who remembers this, but Dedenne GX was officially revealed initially on Boxing Day, And there were some re-releases of Game Boy games on the 3DS that were announced on Christmas Day one year, a few years ago. I want to say 2015, could be wrong about that. It's New Year where news goes properly quiet over in Japan for Pokemon. But we had this image and we all got really excited because that's blatantly Cynthia. And the text in the top left-hand corner with the name is blatantly Cynthia. And we all went, are we going to get a Cynthia reprint? No. Well, yes, but no. Now, if you're asking the question, are we going to get a Cynthia reprint? Then the answer is yes. Over in Japan, Cynthia is being reprinted, which is lovely. If you're asking the question, is this going to affect the legality of Cynthia? The answer is no. It is an alternate art promo. It will not increase the legality. It will be legal in the same way as Cynthia from Ultra Prism is. That is to say, perfectly legal in the expanded format, not legal, even a little bit, in the standard format. Which is sad because Cynthia, shoving your hand into your deck, draw 6 cards. If we look at the draw supporters we're playing at the moment, we're talking Professor's Research, discard your hand, draw 7 cards. Great. 4 of in most decks. Although for stage 2 decks that want to protect their rare candy, etc., it can be awkward. And then we've got Marnie, which is both players shuffle the hand and put it on the bottom of the deck. You get 5 cards if you played it, your opponent gets 4. And it's a little bit of disruption, while also being a half-decent draw card, though not amazing. But the fact of the matter is that Cynthia saw a huge amount of play before it rotated, and it is overwhelmingly likely that if Cynthia were to be reprinted and be legal again, it would pretty much instantly see a huge amount of play again. It is a kind of card that an awful lot of players want back because they want to put it in their decks because it's a good draw supporter. And it would be awesome if they could have it back and put it into their deck. But they can't. Now, if you want an alternate art version to pop into your expanded deck, yay! And it's clearly got much better art than the regular version, at least as far as I'm concerned. But I do think it's fair to point out that it's not the big... waking up on Christmas morning, you're in a good mood, you're excited. Christmas is an exciting time. You see this image and you're like, Pokemon have got me a Christmas present. They've gone and got me a reprint of Cinderace. Yay! Wait, no. Cynthia. They've got 2 similar names. But no, ladies and gentlemen, no. Now, for those that are wondering, there is basically an extra battle day being held over in Japan nationwide on January the 23rd. Essentially, it is an expanded format tournament. You must purchase 6 packs of the trading card game, any set, in order to enter. And all participants will get this Cynthia, and then the Victory Award and the Rock, Paper, Scissors Award will get this lovely rubber playmat. Now, those of you that are paying attention will notice that this is actually an image which was made up from a set of mini tins that we got a little while ago. The ones that you get the little art card and you line them up and they make a lovely little picture. Essentially, Pokemon over in Japan have gone and taken that and put it onto a playmat, which is really kind of awesome. So, yeah, I'm in on that, ladies and gentlemen. I am in on that. Of course, we're not getting a playmat. Japan is. But you'll be able to pick it up if you want to, and it might make its way over here. These things tend not to be honest with you. But you never know. They might. And the last little piece of news I want to get to today, I just want to share with you a little bit of merchandise and things that have gone and been revealed over in Japan. To be honest with you, these things are generally pretty easily imported. So these are ones you can go and pick up if you like. But the ones we haven't mentioned before, we got a few minutes on the end of this video, so we might as well. So what we've got here essentially is Single Strike and Rapid Strike sleeves. And to go along with them, Single Strike and Rapid Strike deck boxes. So essentially you can pick Single Strike or Rapid Strike, and I have made absolutely no secret about the fact that I am all into Team Rapid Strike. I am there. And they've got the Single Strike and Rapid Strike Gigantamax Urshifu, as you might expect. We've also got a damage counter case. Now, these are products that generally aren't released over here, but in Japan, these do get released quite a lot. Japan still uses a lot of the actual physical damage counters. A lot of people do, rather than just using dice to track damage, as is the custom in North America, Europe, etc. So this is kind of cool. It's got the two of them on there, 'cause there's only one. Similarly, there is a carry case, which has space for multiple decks, etc. There are some ring card binders, which will hold a whole bunch of your 9 pocket pages, as is fairly standard, and a long card storage box. Shout out to PokeGuardian.com for making us aware of this and hooking us up with some images. So if you want to go and check out those kind of products, they are fairly easily imported from various places. They're ones that you do tend to find around fairly easily. But they're really cool things that I just hadn't had chance to show you before. They match all this single strike, rapid strike stuff, and we had a few minutes on the end of the video today, so it seemed only fair that I shared the news with you. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's some news which has come out over the last few days. As with all of this, I would love to know your opinion on this, so let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.